runs in his last 4 starts, and who would have thunk that after the start that Galarraga had this year? Let him hit it. Allow the Rockies to put the ball in play and allow one of the better defenses, in the American League to work behind you. And what he needs to do is master his mechanics. Keep that front shoulder closed, locked, and loaded, and throw lots of strikes in the strike zone here tonight.
Well, we'll see how Mr. Galarraga responds here this evening. Dexter Fowler stands in, and tonight's ball game is underway. It's a first pitch fastball high and away, 1-0. Fowler, then Tulowitzki, and then Todd Helton on a gorgeous night for baseball here in the Motor City. It is 78 degrees. Fowler takes a strike, even up the count now at 1-1. Dexter in the ball game last night, 1 for 5, and batting .252. He is an exciting player to watch. He's hit a couple of home runs this year, has stolen 10. And that's lifted in the air to right. Hit pretty well. On the move is Thomas, still going back. It's off the wall, and it gets away from Thomas, and this is trouble. Fowler is on his way to third base, and he is in there standing up with a leadoff triple. Once it got away from Thomas off the carom, it was three-base city.
Well, you talked about the young man Fowler and all the ability that he has, but that's also a two-seam fastball. It does not move a whole lot. Up in the strike zone by Galarraga, he's going to have to get the ball at the bottom of the strike zone if he's going to have any success whatsoever. Cleat may have gotten a little bit too close to the wall, therefore not able to keep Fowler at second base.
And that is his second triple of the year, and an early scoring chance now for the Rockies. Troy Tulowitzki, the hitter. He lifts it in the air. Shallow right field. Thomas has a good arm. They're going to tag him up. Here comes the throw to the plate. It is not in time. Fowler just beat it. Galarraga argues, and here comes Leland as well. Whoa, is it close. And what a terrific throw by Cleat Thomas, who can't believe he wasn't called out.
Very shallow in right field, and most guys get thrown out on this particular ball, but Fowler has above average speed. Therefore, he challenges the very strong arm of Thomas. The ball on the fly, it looked like Laird had the plate blocked, but apparently Fowler able to get that left hand in there before the tag, and it did look like he was safe.
Yep.
Close play.
That's a good call by Wally Bell. I think he was safe.
Great call by Wally.
So it's a sac fly and an RBI for Tulowitzki, and the Rockies have a 1-0 lead. Still a great throw from Cleat Thomas.
Only a couple of guys in baseball to make it safely on that particular play. Fowler happens to be one of them.
I thought we were going to have another Tigers outfielder registering an assist. Fowler was thrown out at the plate last night on a throw by Josh Anderson. Helton behind in the count, 0-2. And that one just missed.
And Todd Helton has been a superior performer in the National League his entire tenure of a Colorado Rocky. Boy, can he hit.
You know, of all the stats, Rod, that he has put up, maybe one of the most impressive stats is that in his career he is hitting .307 against left-handed pitching.
That's incredible.
For his career.
Incredible. Tremendous hand-eye coordination. Easy, smooth stroke.
Great player. 2-2. And he got him looking on the outside corner. Helton is punched out of there as Galarraga gets his first strikeout.
Let's take a look at the Tigers defense behind Galarraga. Of course, your defense always presented by Chrysler and Jeep Superstores. You've got Rayburn in the outfield today, along with Granderson and Thomas, Inge, Everett, Polanco, Cabrera. They round out the infield, and Gerald Laird behind the plate, almost a nifty tag, trying to block the plate ahead of Fowler, who just scored the first run of the game.
Here's Brad Hopp batting in the number 4 slot tonight for the Rockies. 1-0 Colorado. Sac fly by Tulowitzki after the triple by Fowler. Armando is searching for his first victory since the 26th of April when he won in Kansas City. Trying to get her straightened around. And the Tigers have pitched so well on this homestand from their starting staff.
Well, this much we do know about Galarraga. He has the ability to turn it around. I don't think there's anything wrong with his stuff. Just the fact that he has gotten himself in too many counts, like he finds himself in right now, 2 balls and 1 strike, to some of your dangerous hitters, and good hitters make you pay in this particular count most of the time.
He fouled it away, though. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Brad Hopp was 1 for 3 with an RBI in the ball game last night.
He's having a great year so far. He and Todd Helton.
Yeah, he's been one of the best in driving in runs over in the National League. 34 RBIs, good for 5th in the NL. Galarraga missing away, and the count fills now at 3-2.
We'll see how much confidence Galarraga has in his fastball here if he throws one to Hop. 3 balls and 2 strikes, or if he tries to backdoor him with that breaking ball that he struck Todd Helton out with for the 2nd out of the inning.
And a bouncing ball to second base. Polanco throws out Hop, and the side retires. So the Rockies get a run, and Galarraga heads back to the bench down 1-0. Bottom of the 1st inning, Jim Leland's lineup is as follows tonight. Curtis Granderson will lead it off. He's in center field. Polanco batting second at second base. Clee Thomas hitting third again tonight. Cabrera cleaning up. Maglio back in the lineup after missing 4 games. He'll be the DH. He'll be followed by Rayburn, or Inge, I should say. Then Rayburn, Laird, and Everett are your bottom 3 tonight for Jim Leland. Bernstein Advantage brings you the scouting report on Jason Marquis. Get the Bernstein Advantage. We go to bat for you.
He's been pretty good this year for Colorado. Colorado first season in their uniform. 1 run, 8 innings his last time out against Atlanta. And one of the reasons why he was so successful, 4 double plays induced by Marquis. He had that power sinker working against Atlanta 5 days ago.
And he's ready to go to work now against the Tigers as Granderson leads it off.
Tigers know as much, they need to force him into getting the ball up in the plate.
Curtis was 0 for 4 in the opener last night. And he takes a strike. Fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Granderson on this homestand with 6 hits. Marquis is 30 years old. Lives in Staten Island. Wave and a miss. 1-2.
And Marquis is one of those guys that pretty much sinker slider. An occasional changeup. But he keeps the ball south of the knees and likes to work on the corners. And when he is right, he gets a ton of ground balls.
Swing and a miss. He got a strikeout there.
Changeup too.
And that is his first of the ball game.
Take a look at the defense behind Marquis. You've got Smith in left. You've got the talented Fowler in center field. Hopp in right. You've got Stewart, Tulowitzki, Barnes, Helton in the infield. And you've got Iannetta behind the plate.
There is Dexter Fowler, the center fielder, shading a little bit to right on Placido Polanco, who likes to go that way. Polanco batting .271. Couple of hits and an RBI last night. Placido still looking for that first home run of '09. It's this one on the ground to second base. Barnes gobbles it up. 2 gone. It's going to bring up Clee Thomas. Jason Marquis was acquired from the Cubs in January for Luis Vizcaíno, and he's had some pretty good seasons in terms of double-digit victories.
Pretty much has spent his entire big league career in the National League. Atlanta, St. Louis, the Cubbies, and now the Rockies.
Jake Peavy had a chance to come over to the American League, but decided he didn't want to go to Chicago. And I don't know, maybe it's a good decision to stay in that league. Certainly the American League, a little bit better offensive league. It's off the glove of the pitcher. Barnes will scoop it up on the run, and the side retired. So the Tigers go 1-2-3. We go to the second. 1-0 Rockies. Fox Sports Detroit is brought to you by Comerica Bank, standing the test of time since 1849. Your Motor City Dodge dealers. By Comcast. Questions about the upcoming digital transition? Comcast can help. Call 1-888-COMCAST. And by Arby's Bacon Cheddar Roast Burger Sandwich. Try it today. It'll have you saying, I'm thinking Arby's. Galarraga back to the hill as we go to the second. It is 1-0 in favor of Colorado here tonight. Chris Iannetta is leading it off. He'll be followed by Seth Smith and then Garrett Atkins. Iannetta 0 for 2 last night. Batting only .218, but he's had 12 RBIs here in the month of May. So in that respect, not a bad month. Armando gave up a triple and a sac fly in the first inning. That's how the Rockies got their run. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Drill in the air, deep, way back, and that ball is gone. It's a home run for Chris Iannetta, his 8th already this season, and the Rockies lead 2-0. A no doubter for Iannetta.
It appeared to be a 1-1 fastball that just did not get down to the bottom of the strike zone, and that really has been the issue with Galarraga. And too many of those two-seam fastballs just do not have that late life they've had his prior starts for the Tigers last year and this year.
Meanwhile, Smith pops it up to the shortstop Everett for the out. Iannetta has 23 hits this year, and now 8 of them are home runs.
Good for him.
Wow. So he gives the Rockies a 2-0 lead.
Well, you know, if you're going to give up a home run, you want to give up a solo shot. But Galarraga just has to get his confidence back. Watching him pitch out there tonight, he still has the good breaking ball. That's a good two-seam fastball at 91 miles an hour with late life. If he continues to work down there and is able to get ahead of this Rockies ball club, we know this Tigers offense is going to come back and score some runs today.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Garrett Atkins, the DH, is hitting. The slide for Galarraga began with the Cleveland Indians. To start against the Tribe.
I thought it started before that, really.
For the Anaheim game?
I thought it started with Anaheim.
Two gone. Oh, by the way, this game is available in crystal clear high definition on Fox Sports Detroit HD. It is sponsored by Comcast.
I believe Galarraga threw 110 pitches that night against Anaheim in 5 innings. And I think other teams watched that game, and they've kind of forced him into throwing a lot more strikes since then.
Here is Ian Stewart. Sorry, technically they are the Los Angeles Angels, not Anaheim.
Is that what I called them?
No, I called them that. And I guess I should know better. 0-1 on Stewart. Batting $196. Had a pinch hit single in that rather hairy 9th inning last night. Tigers held on for the win. The Rockies left the tying run at third base. Here's the 1-1. That one bit Laird. So Wally Bell will take a walk out to the mound to hand deliver the baseball, give Laird a couple of extra seconds. Gerald has carried the lion's share of the catching duties this year.
And one of the few places you have no protection, on the inside of the knee. You have all that catcher's gear on, and somehow, some way, those foul balls always seem to find the body part that's not covered.
Don't know how it happens, but it does. Here's the 1-2. High fly ball, towering fly ball to left. Rayburn is under it, and that is that for the Rockies. They get a run on the homer by Iannetta. We're watching Tigers baseball, presented by Bell Tire.
Through the 4th. For tickets, call 866-66-TIGER or visit tigers.com. They've got a tight division partner over there in the American League East. Boston, Toronto, and now the Yankees.
Yeah, separated by half a game. Boston and Toronto. The Yanks came in a game and a half back, and they won today. Yankees are charging.
Yes, they are.
Cabrera leads it off. Tigers down by a pair. There's a drive and a deep left. Hit well. Smith goes back, turns, and it's gone. A line drive home run for Miguel Cabrera.
The big fella's charging too. That would be Miguel Cabrera. Since the second half of the season last year, he has been on fire. I mean, simply on fire. His slugging percentage is unbelievable. I mean, right around 600. A little Lincoln Mercury Exmo. Front foot down, tremendous power. Unbelievable bat speed for a big fella.
So the Tigers get on the board. Their first hit, it leaves the ballpark. Cabrera hits number 9 to make it a 2-1 game. Here's Maglio Ordonez. He missed 4 games. And he's back in the Tigers lineup. Mags right now with an 8-game hitting streak.
You know, I was reading an article today, and they were talking about Brandon Inge and all the home runs he's already hit this year. They were talking about he's on pace for 40+ home runs this year. Of course, Cabrera last year led the American League with 37. But there's at least 15 guys in the American League this year that's on pace for 40 home runs this year.
Wow. And 40 is a lot. And Cabrera, there's strike 3 on Maglio. Not sure he was enthralled with that call, but he's out of there, 1 gone.
Well, Maglio's had a few days off to be with his wife while she had surgery. Did not play in yesterday's game. And when you take 3 days off, it's going to take a little while to get your timing back. In this game, Maglio makes look easy on occasion, but it's tough to sit 3 days and then come back out and hit big league pitching.
Here is Brandon Inge. Strike 1 on the outer edge. Inge hit his 12th home run last night, which is good for 3rd in the American League. A former Tiger is leading the American League in homers right now. That'd be Carlos Pena of Tampa Bay.
Yeah, Inge said today he wasn't feeling all that well. Said that he was congested and had some flu-like symptoms. And I said, well, you'll probably have a good day today. They usually go hand in hand.
1-1. I wonder why that is.
Concentration level goes up.
Think so?
You know you don't feel well. You know you're struggling out there. And for whatever reason, you just compete a little bit better when you're a little under the weather or you have a little small injury or something like that.
2-1 pitch. The hook stays high, 3-1.
Well, apparently that's the way they feel like they were going to get Brandon Inge out in the game tonight. And several teams think that about Brandon. He gets lots of breaking balls. And that's why he gets himself in such good hitters counts these days. 3 balls, 1 strike as we speak.
And he pulls that one sharply to 3rd. Stewart has it. 2 gone. So after the home run by Cabrera, Marquis gets the next 2 batters, and that'll bring up Ryan Rayburn. Rayburn in limited numbers against the Rockies, not bad. 2 for 3, a home run and 4 RBIs. Tigers swept the Rockies here last year. I think the Rockies, I was reading, have lost 8 straight interleague games. Now check it, 7 straight.
Close enough.
It's still a long streak. The 1-0. Yet they've been pretty good in interleague play since 2006, as have the Tigers. It's Clint Hurdle, their skipper, former coach under Jim Leland in Colorado. Bouncing ball back up the middle. Long run for Tulowitzki. Nice play. And the side retired. So the Tigers able to get 1 back. The Cabby home run. It was his 9th of the year. By Bell Tire. Trust us, we'll make you happy. You came in. That's a promise. AT&T, your world delivered. And by Aflac, we've got you under our wing. Well, you can vote for the Tigers player of the game tonight using your cell phone. Text Tigers followed by a space and the player's uniform number to 74499. You'll see the final results post-game during Tigers Live. Get your pick in. Galarraga goes back to the hill, down 2-1 now. The Tigers have gotten him a run back. A home run by Cabrera. Clint Barmas leading it off. Pulls that one foul. On the third base line. Barmas going pretty good these days. He has an 8-game hitting streak. And Galarraga missed inside. Armando gave up a run in the first, a run in the second. Iannetta has a home run tonight for the Rockies. Here's the 2-1. High towering fly ball to left, hit well. Rayburn going back to the track, to the wall, and he makes the catch right at the yellow line. Rayburn had that one measured all the way, staring into the sunlight. One away.
Well, that's what you want to do. You want to reach out with that right hand to find exactly where the wall is, as you see Rayburn doing. And therefore, you know you've got plenty of room to make the play.
Here is Dexter Fowler. He tries to bunt, and that didn't work. 0-1.
They say this young man makes the game look easy, effortless, with the ability that he has to run. They say at some point in time he could be a 5-tool player. The power really hasn't come yet for him, but he can do everything else really well.
Well, we've seen elements of the speed in this series already.
He played an Olympian last year before getting called up to the major leagues in September.
He was in Beijing, their top prospect, and that one missed. 1-2. Fowler has never played AAA baseball. AA last year hit .335 with 9 home runs. And he pulls that one into right field. He went down and got it for a 1-out single. So he's 2 for 2. And halfway to the cycle. Single and a triple tonight for Dexter Fowler.
Well, Laird needs to get ready to throw. And Galarraga has to make sure he gives Laird an opportunity to throw if Fowler's in a running mood.
Well, he was in a running mood back on April 27th when he stole 5 bases in a game.
5 in one game?
Yeah, half of his total. His total of 10 this year. Here's Tulowitzki. Well, we know that Gerald has been good in terms of throwing runners out. He caught Barmas trying to steal in the ball game last night of the 7th. Turned out to be a big play with Ryan Perry on the hill.
That was an outstanding throw.
Ball 1. Rich Dower is their third base coach. Back goes Fowler.
Galarraga, for the most part, does a pretty nice job while on the mound and a base stealer's on first base. He will never give you the same look on 2 consecutive pitches. And what I mean by that is, one, he'll throw over, and one, he'll hold the baseball. Sometimes he'll grab it and just throw it.
Runner bluffs, and Laird coming out of the crouch.
Looked like Fowler may have read that, because he took one hard step toward second base and quickly pulled up after he saw possibly the pitch out.
Well, that's a pretty good skill to have right there. If you've got some speed to be able to read that.
Absolutely. Some guys can do it. And sometimes the pitcher tips when he's throwing a pitch out.
Runner holding that time, and a strike call.
You know, you don't have to necessarily be right on the pitch out to throw a guy out. But really all you have to do is put that thought in the opposing manager's head or in Fowler's head, who's standing on first base, to make him a little less effective in trying to steal the base, knowing that you will pitch out if you're Jim Leyland.
But on the flip side of that, though, isn't there thinking as well that if a manager puts on a pitch out, how likely is he to pitch out again in the same at bat?
That's true. Most managers will not do that. And we have seen on very few occasions where there's a manager that will do it on 2 consecutive pitches. But I don't think it's likely with Galarraga's struggles so far this year.
There's another base hit off the end of the bat into right field. There goes Fowler heading toward third, and the throw is late. Going to second base on the throw is Tulowitzki.
That young man has got some speed. Wow.
And it's smooth speed too.
He's got those long galloping strides. He kind of looks like and I heard Dan Petrie say it last night, a young Devon White. Take a look at the strides. It takes very little time to get from second to third, probably about 10 steps. And Cleat has a very good arm in right field.
By the way, since you mentioned it, we do want to thank Peaches for filling in last night. Did a nice job in your absence.
Yes, he did.
Here's Helton now with 2 men in scoring position. Fouled straight back. Helton struck out back in the first.
Todd Helton got his 2,000th hit just a couple of days ago. It's a lot of base hits. And a lot of those hits have been extra base hits too.
Yeah, they really have. And he's bearing down on 500 doubles. He needs 21 for 500 2 base hits. The 0-1 pulled on the ground at first base. Cabrera thought about it. This will get a run in though, so Helton picks up an RBI. Both runners move up. And it's now 3-1 Colorado. 28th RBI for Todd Helton. 2 gone. Fowler has scored twice in this game now.
His speed has been a huge factor in the 2 runs that he has scored.
Here's Brad Hopp. Good breaking ball, strike 1. 4 hits already for the Rockies. The Tigers have 1, the home run by Cabrera. Runner at third base, Tulowitzki with 2 outs. Lifted in the air. Left center field, Granderson coming over. And that is that for Colorado. But to get another run, they strand a man. We played 2.5. It's now the Rockies 3, the Tigers 1. Memorial Day weekend 600-mile race at Charlotte Motor Speedway, where Casey Kane is the defending champ. The Sprint Cup racing action begins Sunday at 5 in high def on your local Fox station. Here at Comerica Park, the Rockies are leading game 2 in this series. 3-1 is our score. Gerald Laird leads it off for the Tigers, and then he'll be followed by Adam Everett and Curtis Granderson.
And since Laird was in that 0 for 26 little mini slump that he was in, he started to swing the bat a little better, getting a few hits on this homestand.
His average had dipped below 200. It's at 226 coming in tonight.
But Laird also plays one of those positions where your success is not necessarily measured by your offense. But the pitching staff has been tremendous this year.
2-1. Tigers pitching has been among the best in the American League, and it's awfully nice to say that. Their defense has been great. Their pitching has been great. There's another strike. 2-2. Tigers are 3rd in the league in team ERA. In fact, there's only 3 teams under 4. It's Kansas City, Toronto, and Detroit. Laird waiting on a 2-2. And it just missed inside. Marquis came right back in there.
That's one thing Marquis will do. He pretty much stays out of the center of the plate. Likes to work on the corners. Never gives into the strike zone.
That's hit back up the middle and through. Laird has another hit. His 3rd in the series. Leadoff single. So Gerald now starting to come around offensively.
Well, you wonder what Jim might be thinking with Everett at the plate. Tigers are down by a couple of runs, but it's early. He also knows that Marquis has that power sinker and gets lots of ground balls. 4 double plays induced the last time he was out there. Maybe, just maybe, some activity on the base pass.
Adam Everett has hit in his last 4. Everybody talks about this guy's defense and what he was going to bring to the Tigers. Well, he's hitting a cool .311. 16 RBIs. There goes the runner. Hit and run, it appeared, grounded foul. So, just as you thought, they did start Gerald Laird from first base.
Well, first and foremost, Marquis fell behind Everett. 1 ball, no strikes, which makes it a little bit easier for a manager to put a hit and run on with a guy that's not a true base stealer. And, of course, Laird is not a true base stealer. And so you give the guy the hit and run, and if he finds a hole, then you're playing first and third. And if it hits a ground ball at somebody, you still have a runner in scoring position. And you've stayed out of the double play.
Bouncing ball back up the middle, and there's the double play you talked about. Runner was holding, and a twin killing. Leaves the bases empty. 6-3 on the double play. Tulowitzki. Back up to the top of the order now, Granderson.
Well, as a manager, all you can do is sometimes put the sign on.
And hope they execute.
And for the most part, they have executed this year.
Curtis fanned back in the first inning, 0 for 1. He came into this game a .375 hitter lifetime against Rockies pitching. Limited sampling, of course, only in interleague play. The 1-0 pitch.
It's too bad the Tigers don't really have a natural rival as far as interleague play is concerned. I think a lot of people would be a lot more interested. I have no problem with it anyway, but I think a lot more people would have more interest in interleague play.
Well, that's a good point, and there are some cities that certainly do. Obviously, out in L.A., with the Angels and Dodgers, and you've got the New York teams, the Texas teams, the Florida teams. The 2-1 pitch. Strike 2-2.
I will tell you this much: it has not put a damper on this crowd here tonight at Comerica Park. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they're standing to watch this one. High towering fly ball. That's hit into right field. And it's going to stay in the ballpark as Brad Hopp goes back there and pull it down. The Tigers are done in the third. We head to the fourth at Comerica. 3-1 Rockies. This date in 1984. What American League record that the Tigers tie? You were there, weren't you, Rod?
I should know this.
Yeah, you should.
I should know that.
You were wearing the uniform.
There's Sparky. Speaking of Sparky, Sparky always said once you got to that 40-game mark, you always knew, at least he knew, what kind of team he had. You buy into that?
I think Leland was asked that today. There's a strike on Iannetta. I think I buy some of that. I think 40 games into the year, I think you at least have an idea of where your club is headed. And I think the Tigers are a great example. It's popped up, but this will get back out of play.
Iannetta got a 1-1 pitch in the second inning and played long ball. Fastball didn't move a whole lot. Right around the belt buckle.
And getting back to your point, I think the Cleveland Indians have a pretty good idea of what kind of season they're going to have.
You've got that right.
It's not to say they can't turn it around, but I think the first month and a half are so critical. We saw it with the Tigers last year. They just really could not get over the hump and take off.
And the way the Tigers are playing here in the month of May, they built some momentum in April. Healthy pitching staff, timely base hits, that piece you did in Tigers pregame today, Tigers Live. Talking about all the 2-out knocks that the Tigers have gotten on this homestand and the runs they've scored is big. And that's one of the reasons why they've been able to put some distance between themselves and Kansas City.
Who lost again today. Backhanded by Inge at third, and they retire Iannetta, one gone.
Inge needs to be the starting third baseman in St. Louis this year at the All-Star game.
Well, you know, I really haven't looked at the rest of the numbers at third base, but it's hard to argue. It's always been about the offense with Brandon, because defensively this guy's as good as anybody.
Look at the feet. Bends the right knee, bends down to get it, and then he comes up, little crow hop, front shoulder pointing in the direction that he's going to throw. He's so fundamentally sound down there. And now with the offensive numbers that he's putting up this year, you need to get to the ballots or to the computer.
I agree.
And vote for Brandon. Tigers fans.
Well, I thought you were talking to me. Because I have voted already.
Have you?
A couple times.
Well, I need to go get me a couple of those ballots.
Yeah,
so
grab a couple ballots. Fill them in.
Yeah.
Smith, the batter. Sinker misses low and away. 2-1. Seth Smith popped up back in the second. Got some guys with some football background in this Rockies lineup. Smith is one of them. Of course, Todd Helton played at Tennessee, played football there, and Smith was the backup to Eli Manning at Ole Miss.
The other guy had his position taken by one of the Manning brothers too, Peyton.
That's true.
At the University of Tennessee.
Very true. Smith never got any snaps, though. He was one of a couple of backups for Eli. at Ole Miss. And there's ball 4. That's his first walk. Well, speaking of all-star voting, it'd be nice to see Inge there, but you can check out the online ballot at MLB.com. All the team websites. Voting ends July 2nd. And St. Louis is the site. You can vote that guy too.
He should have already made an all-star team by now. But it's tough to make the all-star team as an outfield.
Yeah, there's a lot of competition.
A lot of competition.
And when fans pick up their ballots, they see a ton of names in the outfield, and it's real difficult.
And then you always have guys that are going to make the team no matter what. And guys like Ichiro Suzuki.
0-1 on Garrett Atkins. Little pop up. Who wants it? Oh, Galarraga had to make the play. Cabrera came in a couple of steps, and that thing looked like it was going to drop. Even had it dropped, they would have gotten a force at second.
I thought for a moment there he was thinking about maybe allowing that ball to drop, getting the out at first.
You know, that might have been a pretty good play.
Forcing the base runner to run.
And the tag play at second.
Yeah.
Which we've already seen this year.
Who did that earlier this year?
Jackson did. Edwin Jackson.
Yes, he did. That would have been a perfect play to do it on. But Galarraga's thinking about other things right now.
Yeah, he wants outs.
Yes, he does.
He's not giving anything away.
He wants some outs.
That was against Minnesota, that one that Jackson did, I think, with Lexi Casilla.
It was. Heads up play.
1 ball, no strikes on Ian Stewart. 3-1 Rockies. They've gotten a run in each of the first 3 innings.
What did he throw? 132 pitches the other day?
He sure did.
That is the most thrown this year by any pitcher. 133 pitches. And he was still throwing 96, 97. He had a lot left in his tank.
His last one, I think, was at 97. A mile-high pop-up for the shortstop Everett. And that's all for the Rockies here in the 4th. They get another base runner, but strand a man on our way to the bottom of the 4th. 3-1. Again tonight on this date in 1984, what American League record did the Tigers tie? That is your question. Your answer is 16 consecutive road wins. They beat California 4-2 on this date, and Mr. Rod Allen was part of it. There he is.
I thought it was 17. I missed it by 1.
Did you?
They gave me no help in the truck either.
From what I remember, you had an RBI and you were hit by a pitch in that game.
Tommy John?
Yep, Tommy John. You remember the hit, don't you? Or being hit.
Yeah.
How'd you get your RBI? Base hit?
Base hit. Must have drove in somebody. I don't know. There's a lot of base runners. Tigers had a great offense that year, obviously.
Placido Polanco leads it off. Polanco, Thomas, and then Cabrera here in the fourth inning. Tigers down by a pair. Their only run came in the second on the leadoff homer by Miguel Cabrera. Little chopper hit to the shortstop, Tulowitzki. And Polanco is 0 for 2, 1 out. He's going to bring up Clete Thomas. Same two teams are hooking up tomorrow. Then it's back on the road for the Tigers. They head to Kansas City and Baltimore for the first time this year.
We just left Kansas City,
didn't we? It certainly feels like it.
But I cannot think of a better place to be on Memorial Day, where you traditionally have and
barbecue.
Eat some barbecued ribs. They couldn't have drawn the schedule up any better for the Tigers.
And we got a day game on Monday.
We'll get in there just in time for dinner.
Perfect. Thomas 0 for 1 with a ground ball. There's so many different places to choose from in KC too.
We like Gates.
Yep, we do. There's another ground ball hit to the right side. To the grass goes Barmes. 2 outs.
And Barmes is pretty much a shortstop playing second base and has a strong throwing arm. As a matter of fact, he and Tulowitzki, they both have really good throwing arms at their respective positions. Tulowitzki reminds me a lot of Sean Dunston from back in the day. Everything he throws over there is just a clothesline.
Yeah, he could throw. Sean Dunston, I haven't heard that name in a long time. Is he still in baseball?
No. You know, he is doing some stuff. I believe it is with the San Francisco Giants in the minor leagues, you know, that kind of stuff, because I saw him in uniform during spring training. Okay. So he is doing something.
Here's Cabrera. Ooh, he tried to hold up. Looked like he went. No, he didn't.
That was a filthy sinker.
Marty Foster down there at first base said he held up.
At 92 miles an hour. It's a good thing he didn't make contact with this, because it would have just sawed his bat in half. Look at the late life on this pitch. Goodness gracious.
Comes right back in there again. Fastball this time, 2-1.
Well, you notice he's going way in there. And he can't hit that pitch, but if he leaves one over the heart of the plate, a big fella will make him pay.
Marquis has gotten a lot of ground balls in this game. He's kept his infielders busy. Tulowitzki and Barmes have been on their toes up the middle. 2-2. Cabrera hit a homer back in the second, his 9th of the year. What a homestand it's been for him. Swing and a miss. Not that time. Down he goes. Slaps the bat away, and the Tigers are out 1-2-3. Third strikeout for Marquis. Nice big crowd here. Memorial Day weekend continues along here at the ballpark. The Tigers are down to the Rockies tonight 3-1. And we go to the 5th inning. It'll be Clint Barmas leading it off against the right-hander Armando Galarraga.
You win, they will come to the ballpark.
That much is true, and we have seen some big crowds here. And now with the school letting out right around the corner, you can expect this a lot this summer. Barmas 0 for 1. He flied out back in the 3rd. Galarraga kept him off the board in the 4th inning. Gave up single runs in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Pulled to third base. Inge again will make a backhanded play effortlessly.
They may as well try somebody else because he makes all the plays.
Galarraga has thrown 59 pitches so far. Fowler showing bunt. He has a single and a triple.
He has scored 2 runs in this game with his speed alone.
And that time he tried to drag it down. I think that was a great example of what you're always talking about, running before you make contact.
And a guy that has the kind of speed like Fowler has, no need to do that. Stay in the batter's box, get it down where you want it, and then run. He's a good-looking prospect.
He is.
Good-looking prospect for Colorado.
.335 in Double-A last year. Knocked in 64. Tried to check it there, and he appeared to do so. He did. 3-1.
Wow.
Maybe he didn't.
It's close. It's close. This much we do know. And Galarraga just needs to throw one right down the middle and let Fowler hit it as far as he can.
3-2. Well, we were talking about Armando at the top of the telecast. You've seen him now through 4+ innings here. What do you think?
I like what I've seen so far. He's thrown some sharp breaking balls. He's gotten ahead of a few hitters.
Got him. Strike 3. Fowler is out of there.
That's a good pitch right there. Confidence builder. And with each inning that he goes out there and puts up a 0, he's going to get more and more confidence. But that's a breaking ball that you can throw with 2 strikes, and it doesn't have to be that nasty breaking ball because a lot of hitters get fooled on that pitch. Especially a guy like Fowler, who most guys would throw a fastball to in that situation because they don't want to run the risk of walking him. That's a really good pitch by Armando.
Here's Tulowitzki now with 2 outs and a strike called. 0-1.
Starting to get more confidence with every pitch he's throwing, which is a good sign for him.
Nice little rhythm he's got going now after giving up a run in the 3rd. That is popped up right side of the infield, and Polanco makes the catch. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Galarraga. You're watching Tigers baseball tonight on Fox Sports Detroit, presented by Bell Tire.
In sports with $5 tickets, $5 parking, and $5 kids and adult meals. For tickets, call 866-66-TIGER or visit tigers.com.
Maglio leads it off and shoots one into right field. A base hit to start things off here in the bottom of the fifth.
Let me get that right, partner. Now, you, mom and dad, and the two kids can come to a game, and they can get a ticket, they can park, and they can all eat for just $20. That's a pretty good deal.
That is good.
That's a really good deal.
Well, you know, these days, everyone's looking for a good deal. And you can get it down here at the ballpark and have some fun. Watch a first-place team as well, which is an added bonus.
$5 tickets, parking, kids eat, adults eat. That was vintage Maglio right there, wasn't it?
It sure was.
Before he left and missed those 3 games, and Maglio was starting to pull the ball a lot more in the last week or so on this homestand.
Brandon bounced out back in the second.
Marquis not afraid to throw that fastball hard inside to some of these Tigers right-handers, which is really the way you have to pitch an offense that's playing with the kind of confidence that Detroit is playing with right now.
Left that one up, just a little bit up.
The key for the Tigers hitters, though, is even though you know he's going in there, you have to somehow lay off the pitches that are borderline off the plate inside, because sooner or later he's going to give you something to hit.
That's popped up the other way. The second baseman, Barnes. 1 out. Is it easier said than done, though, to lay off those borderline pitches inside?
Oh, absolutely. But you have to have the mindset that he's not going to come in. He's not going in there to get you out, really. He's going in there to show you that, to get you aggressive on the inside pitches, because most of the time he goes in there, it's off the plate. It's not a strike. And then as a hitter, you start looking for that pitch inside, and you're right, it's tough to lay off of, but most of the damage that's done at this level is up the middle and the other way. That's where pitchers usually live.
Rayburn tried to lay one down. Ryan has the speed to pull that one off, but he couldn't get it down. 0-1. Rayburn came in 6 for his last 12 homers in 3 straight games. Hit a grand slam against Oakland early on this homestand. What a homestand it has been. The Tigers undefeated to this point. Fouled away. 0-2 now on Ryan Rayburn. Maglio with a single to right field started the inning. And by the way, that extends Ordonez's hitting streak to 9 straight. Another pop-up, this one heading back toward the seats, though. Marquis came into this inning recording 8 ground ball outs through 4 innings, so he's gotten the Tigers to pound the ball into the dirt.
And some of you may be wondering why Rayburn's playing today instead of Anderson, the left-hander. It's because right-handers have better success against Marquis than the left-handed batters do. A lot of times that good sinker ball that Marquis is featuring is a very difficult pitch for left-handed hitters to control. And therefore, Jim Leland going with the numbers today against Marquis.
Well, Rayburn, Anderson, Thomas, they've all done a nice job.
Don't leave out Larish.
Larish. One-two pitch is low, 2-2. The problem is, I don't know that you can turn this a problem when you get guys like Marcus Thames back and eventually Carlos Guillen. Jim Leland made no bones about it. Those guys, when they come back, they will play.
No doubt. That's one of those unwritten rules in baseball. If you're a starter going in, you don't lose your job to an injury.
Right back up the middle and through. Rayburn took 93 and drilled it back into center field. Tigers have something going now.
I think you said something interesting there. 93. When he throws 93, his ball straightens out. When he's anywhere from 89 to 90 miles an hour, he's got that real good late life. He's got a lot of good movement. But when he tries to dial up and throw a little harder, that ball straight as a string.
Yep, and it sure was.
And also, right-handers, as we just pointed out, do a little bit better job against Marquis than the left-handed batters.
So the Tigers get their first man in scoring position tonight. They have runners at first and second. They'll bring up Gerald Laird. Tying runs are on for Detroit. We're in the bottom of the fifth in a 3-1 ball game. Laird had a base hit back in the third before being erased on a double play. Tigers now have 4 hits. Both sides have 4 hits. Gerald wants to keep the ball off the ground here. As we mentioned, Marquis has gotten a lot of the ground ball outs here. And he would love another one here for a double play.
And Marquis, for the most part, if you weren't with us at the top of the show, they're pretty much sinker slider. Very few changeups has he thrown in this game. Yeah, but why would he change, though? He's having success keeping the Tigers off the board.
Runners going, and it's shot toward right field, slicing, and it'll go foul.
I like that call by Jim. And you just pointed it out, the fact that Marquis is getting so many ground balls. If you just sit there and you don't allow the base runners to run, more than likely he's going to get another ground ball, and it will be a double play, which would end the inning. Why not put guys in motion?
Well, Leland has said over and over that with the makeup of his team right now, he's enjoying playing and managing this game with the players that he has. And he's not afraid to run. He's not afraid to squeeze.
That's the way a lot of managers used to attack. Greg Maddux.
There they go again. Swing and a miss. Here comes the throw down to third. It's off the glove of third baseman Stewart. Here comes Maglio. He's going to score. And Rayburn goes to third base. The Tigers steal a runaway.
Nothing like pressure. Back-to-back hit and runs. Laird swings through the second one. Maglio is a dead duck at third base. Iannetta with a good throw, and Stewart can't come up with it. Maglio alertly gets to his feet, able to score, and now Rayburn standing on third base himself.
3-2 ball game.
See, that play even caught Stewart off guard because he was late getting to the bag. Good throw by Iannetta.
Now the tying run at third base. They have charged Iannetta with the error. Stolen bases for Ordonez and Rayburn.
Was that a bad throw by Iannetta?
No, I agree with you. I think it was right on the bag. Infield creeping in a little bit now. Little looper into center field. Base hit. And the Tigers have tied it up. 3-3 ball game. Sometimes it doesn't have to be pretty. Just effective.
Yeah, second base hit in this game by Laird. Runner on third base. You just got to put the ball in play. You know the infield's playing in, so you want to keep it off the ground. Marquis had him out in front, and Laird stayed back long enough with the bat, not the body, to find that seam in shallow center field.
A 2-run fifth inning has tied this one up. The 11th RBI for Gerald. Now Adam Everett, who bounced into a double play back in the third. And there's still only one out in this inning. Bounced foul, third base side. Marquis gave up the leadoff single to Ordonez. Base hit by Rayburn. And the Tigers very aggressively grabbing a couple of runs here in the fifth. The 0-2. It's lifted in the air. shallow center. The second baseman Barnes all the way back on the grass to make the play, and the runner holds. 2 outs. Well, the Tigers have been pretty good on the weekends, haven't they?
12-0 on Saturdays and Sundays. And you take a look at what they're doing the rest of the week. But on Saturdays and Sundays, their numbers are just really good.
Is that purely coincidence, or is there something to that?
I would think it's coincidence.
I hope so. Here's Granderson. Right off the end of the bat. Stewart will handle the play to retire the side. But nice inning for the Tigers. They grab a couple of runs, tie this one up. We'll go to the 6th inning. Helton, Hawk, Iannetta coming up. Tigers have tied it up. 3-3 is our score. Time now to bring you up to speed with the AT&T Rapid Rewind. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your word delivered. And here we go. Galarraga now has watched his teammates get back even. It's a 3-3 ball game as we head to the 6th inning. Helton, Hop, and Iannetta for the Colorado Rockies. Helton in the ball game has an RBI with a ground ball back in the 3rd inning. He came in batting .378 this month. Takes one sinking low and outside. 3 balls, no strikes on Todd Helton.
Todd Helton, probably one of those guys that Clint Hurdle would give the green light to. 3 balls and no strikes, but don't think he's swinging.
Oh, maybe he is. Swinging a drive way back into right field and gone.
Galarraga was thinking like me. That's why I'm sitting up here.
Yikes.
But you know what? That's why he has been so good. He got the 3-0 pitch, and he did with it exactly what he tried to do with it. He hit it out the ballpark.
Well, how many times do we talk about certain hitters not liking to hit 3-0?
But even when you try to hit a home run, more often than not, you don't do it. He was looking 3-0, he was turning, and he was burning, and he found the seats in right field. Oh, my goodness.
And for Helton, his 6th of the year. Here's Brad Hopp. Makes it a 4-3 ball game now. Rockies back on top. 3-0 pitch. Helton depositing that thing in the seats in right for his 316th career home run.
He has had a tremendous career. On base percentages, the 400 just about every year. Walks 100 times, drives in 100 runs. You talked about he's just a few doubles shy of .500 in his career.
And his stats just keep piling up. He's in his 13th season.
He's putting up Hall of Fame type numbers.
Hop is 0 for 2. Helton's home run has given the Rockies the lead again, 4-3. And the Tigers have worked hard to come back and tie this thing up. Armando gave up 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third, and now 1 here in the 6th. The upside is the 2 home runs he's allowed are both solo shots. 3-1 now on Hop. Fouled back out of play. Three and 2. Gerald Laird slowly walking out to the mound.
He didn't like that location of that last pitch.
Nate Robertson tuning up in the Detroit bullpen.
Did not like the location. Take a look at it. It's a 3-2 fastball right down the middle. Laird got up, helmet came off, and strolled out to the mound.
There's a drive into right field and caught on the run by Thomas. Hit it hard. 1 out. It'll bring up Iannetta, who has the other Rockies home run.
You know, it's kind of like what Rick Knapp a few days ago was just trying to get Galarraga to do when we talked about it at the beginning of the show, when he was throwing some BP early on Wednesday afternoon to a few Tigers hitters. And because he had been struggling so much with his control, and of course Knapp trying everything with Galarraga, they simply had him out throwing some batting practice, overemphasizing. Let him hit it.
That one is over the head of Brandon Inge. A leaping attempt into the corner. It goes. Rayburn will track it down. Iannetta headed to second. He's in with a double.
And when you have the kind of defense the Tigers have playing behind you, more often than not, they're going to hit the ball at somebody. Inge couldn't climb the ladder enough this time.
Just out of his reach.
Jim's seen enough 3 hard hit balls in this inning. Maybe.
Yep, Leland has made the signal. And he's going to take Galarraga out of the game. Nate Robertson, the left-hander, will come in. We have a wall side windows pitching change in progress. Chrysler and Jeep Superstores. And by Wallside Windows, we can do that. We are the factory. Well, nighttime settling into the Motor City here. The Tigers are now down by a run, 4-3, and Armando Galarraga's night has come to an end. He will give way to the bullpen. Gave up the home run to Helton and the double here to Iannetta.
Today was a nice start for Galarraga. Not as sharp as he would have liked to have been, but definitely a step forward from his previous few outings.
So Robertson will face Seth Smith.
It's been a while since Nate's been out there. It's been a couple of weeks on the disabled list with back spasms.
Yeah, fortunately for Robertson, it was no more than just spasms. The 1-0 is outside. 2 balls, no strikes. But he's gone through several stretches this year where he just hasn't pitched a whole lot. Back early in the season when they first put him into the bullpen, it had been a while since he was able to get back out there. And coming off the DL now, it's been a while since he's been on the mound. And there's a strike in the outer edge. 2-1. Tigers tonight have been out hit 6-5. They trail by 1 as well, 4-3. Iannetta has just doubled. He's at second base. In the air toward left center field, hit well. Rayburn is under it. Rockies are hitting some balls hard tonight. That one was at Rayburn for the second out. Now to bring up Garrett Atkins. Atkins 0 for 2, ground out pop up. Does anybody have more looks facially than Nate Robertson with the facial hair?
I don't think so. He changes it up quite a bit.
He sure does. That's his latest look right there.
He's got a little half beard going with the goatee.
Little jaw burns there. Little looper into center field, base hit. Here comes Iannetta. He's rounding third. Grandy misplays it in center, and now they're going to hold Iannetta up. He's going back to third. Ooh, Tigers got a break there.
As tough as it's been for the Rockies to score runs. Well, first of all, we need to find out if he stopped him.
That may have been it.
Yeah.
He may have stopped himself.
Yeah.
Their trainer coming out to take a look at Iannetta, who should have scored easily on that play, but he may be hurt.
That's what I was getting ready to say. I'd be shocked if the Dower was stopping him. Most balls hit the center field with 2 outs. You're going to allow that guy to try to score. He was sending him home all the way, and he pulled a hamstring.
Look at Dower. Go, go.
You know what? I really couldn't tell whether he was sending him or not, unless he was verbally telling him to go, go, go.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have the left arm waving like we see most third base coaches.
Iannetta's coming out of this game.
Iannetta must have felt that right hamstring pull and decided to pull up.
So a break there for the Tigers. Certainly not for Iannetta. Yorvi Torrealba grabbing a helmet now, and he's going to come out. He'll run at third base and then remain in the game and catch.
See him reach down and grab that right hamstring and retreat back to the bag.
So Iannetta is done for the evening. First and third with 2 outs. And here is Ian Stewart. He's 0 for 2. Pops up the first pitch foul. Back out of play. Stewart with a fly ball and a pop-up. He went to the same high school that the Tigers catcher Gerald Laird went to. They were a few years apart. Stewart went to La Quinta High School.
At Country Club.
That's right.
Sounds like one.
La Quinta. Laird and Bobby Crosby and Ian Kennedy and Ian Stewart. Not all at the same time, but from that high school. 0-2. First and third, Torrealba, the pinch runner at third base. Atkins at first. Now the 0-2. Bouncing ball right side. Easy play for Polanco. That is that. They'll settle for one run. They get it on the home run by Helton. We'll go to the bottom of the sixth. Polanco, Thomas, Cabrera coming up.
Go 3-0 fastball at the top of the strike zone, and Helton was swinging, and he didn't miss it. Of course, Coors Light Freeze Can brought to you by your Frost Brewed Coors Light.
So some work to be done now for the Tigers. They are down by a run. Todd Helton has put the Rockies ahead 4-3. Yorvi Torrealba will stay in the game, and he will catch. Not expected to play tonight, but he's pressed into duty with the injury to Chris Iannetta. Here's Polanco now. Placido with a couple of ground balls. 0 for 2. Then Thomas, then Cabrera. Polanco takes outside. Placido 5-game hitting streak. He's hit safely in the 17 games he's played in May. He's hit safely in 15 of them. Chop foul. Now let's see. The Tigers 24-16 coming in tonight. But so far against Marquee, they've managed 3 runs. They got 2 of them in the 5th inning. A throwing error by the catcher Iannetta helped the cause. There's a bouncer right back to the mound. Marquee with a nice play. 1 gone. Although I will say this about that Iannetta throw, it looked like it was right on the bag and off the glove of the third baseman Stewart.
I thought as much myself. One, Stewart may have been caught off guard. Back-to-back hit and runs by Lena. And a good throw by Iannetta. Right off the glove and into left field, which allowed Maglow to score.
Here's Clee Thomas trying to get it going. He's in a bit of a slump right now. 2 for his last 20. A couple of ground balls in this game. Clee, as he normally does, swings on that first pitch, drives one to left center field, and this one is caught by Seth Smith. He sent him to the warning track and right in front of the wall. 2 gone. That'll bring up Miguel Cabrera. Home run back in the second. Solo shot, his 9th of the year. Ball one.
They are pounding Cabrera inside with fastballs that are about 4 or 5 inches off the plate inside. Going back in there again.
Shattered his bat, foul ball.
You know, that's a perfect example, Mario, what we were talking about the last time he was up. Cabrera knows that they're going in there. But at the same time, as a hitter, because you know they're going in there, you still try to get to that pitch that's a borderline strike or ball, and that's how your bat shatters.
And they had to get him a new one. And you could tell by the sound as soon as he made contact he needed a new one.
But don't make a mistake in there, though.
If you're going to go in, you better go in. That one's in the dirt. Two and one. Cabrera came in a lifetime .403 hitter against the Rockies. Of course, he had plenty of reps against the Rockies in his National League days with the Florida Marlins. Outside and high, 3-1.
Well, if you're Marquee right now, your main mission is to keep Cabrera in the ballpark. You don't mind giving up a single to him, but you don't want him trotting around the bases.
Driven in the air down the left field line. It is hooking and foul. He was almost trotting around the bases. Just got out in front of that one and very nearly hit it out. 3-2. Marquee takes a deep breath.
The ball was down too, probably ball 4.
Now the 3-2 pitch. That was way inside. He walked him there, and that'll put the runner aboard now with 2 outs. It's the first walk of the game for Marquee. That'll bring up Maglio. Picked up his first stolen base of the season. And that double steal back in the 5th. 1 for 2 for Ordonez. Strike one. Maglio didn't like it. He was called out on strikes by Wally Bell back in the 2nd and disagreed with strike 3. That one was close. 1-1. 9-game hitting streak now for Mags. One and two. Ordonez has 17 RBIs. And much has been made about his slow start this year, but there are signs that he is certainly perking up with the bat. Still batting in the 5 slot in Jim Leyland's lineup. That's outside. 2-2.
4 straight fastballs by Marquee to Maglio in this at bat. All 4 have been on the outside part of the plate.
Swing and a miss. He got him to chase. 4 strikeouts for Marquee. Tigers leave a man. 6 in the books. Farmers, Fowler, Tulowitzki coming up. American Park, Tigers down by a run. By the way, get interactive with other Tiger fans and receive updates from Fox Sports Detroit on Facebook and Twitter. It's easy and free. Simply search Fox Sports Detroit on either site and become part of our growing social network community. That's Fox Sports Detroit, available on Facebook and Twitter. Robertson back to work now as we go to the top of the 7th. Tigers down by a run. Barmes leads it off, then Fowler and Tulowitzki, and Nate delivers a strike, 1-1. Barmes sold for 2 so far tonight. Played his college ball at Indiana State. 2 balls, 1 strike. And Robertson misses, 3-1. Tigers tonight have been out hit 7-5. And their 7-game winning streak on the line in this one here. There's a strike called, 3-2. Tigers have won 7 in a row, but 8 straight at home. And there's ball 4. Leadoff man is on. First walk there for Nate. Now back up to the top of the order. Dexter Fowler, the switch hitter, will turn around. Bad right-handed. Gene Lamont is on the bat phone.
Ian's playing rather deep at that third base position. Now he's starting to creep in a little bit, which you would expect with the speed that Fowler has. And he's already shown that he'll bunt in this game. And he squares to do it again.
Fowler did not start switch hitting until he became a professional, which was back in 2005.
Well, he's got the kind of speed that would dictate him doing so.
Here's a bunt. Robertson pounces on it quickly, and they'll get the out at first. Sacrifice works for Fowler.
Well, this is one of the reasons why they make you a switch hitter. And when you have the blazing speed that he has, and he's already put it on display today. In the first inning, he triples off the wall. He gets to third base, and then he comes home on an outstanding throw by Thomas, very shallow. Next time up, he gets out on a single. Then he's able to get to third base on a base hit. And he also scores this time around as well on an infield ground out to Cabrera. So this guy has game-changing speed. And that's one of the reasons why they made him a switch hitter.
Yeah, and he's been their best player tonight. Been all over the place. He has set up another run now for Tulowitzki, who drives one in the air deep into right field. Thomas is there. The runner will tag. And Barmes will get to third now with 2 outs.
You know, I was up here watching Thomas and Granderson before the game today, before they took batting practice. They were outside playing long toss. Cleat was standing on the left field line, and Granderson was way out in center field. Here's where Granderson was, and Cleat was way over here, and they were playing long toss, throwing the baseball as far as they could possibly throw the baseball. And a lot of people always ask, how do you improve your arm strength? That's how you improve your arm strength, playing long toss.
Here's Todd Helton.
And you don't necessarily have to throw the ball all the way in the air to each other. Just kind of loft it up there as far as you can. If you bounce it, it's okay. But he said he and Granderson do that every other day.
Yeah, that was my next question. How often should you do it? I mean, I don't know if that's something you should do every day, is it?
They do it every other day. That's what both guys told me before they were getting ready to hit. And on top of that, when they take their ground balls and fly balls with Andy Van Slyke during batting practice, they also make an additional 10 throws to the bases. That's why they're so accurate.
Got him, strike 3. Helton caught looking, and Robertson gets his first strikeout in a big spot. They will strand a man at third base. We go to the stretch here at Comerica Park. here at Comerica Park, bottom of the 7th inning. And here's our Comerica game summary. Galarraga lasted 5 1/3 tonight, charged with 4 earned runs. Helton, Iannetta, and Cabrera have each had solo homers in this game. Maglio extends his hitting streak to 9 straight. And now the Tigers down by a run here in the bottom of the 7th, facing Jason Marquis. It's Brandon Inge starting things off. Inge, Rayburn, and Laird.
Marquis has done a nice job tonight against Tigers hitters. Now, this Tigers team is hot as any team in all of baseball coming into play today. They have won every single game on this homestand. And it was going to take an outstanding pitching performance to slow this ball club down. And Marquis has turned in one.
The 1-1 popped up, foul ground. Helton appears to have room. 1 out.
What is Comcast telling us about the range and speeds tonight by Jason Marquis? 94. He has touched a couple of times, but he's pretty much worked around 89 miles an hour tonight with that real good two-seam fastball and running it in on the hands of the right-handed hitters.
Here's Rayburn. Ryan pops it up. Second baseman Barnes on the grass. 2 quick outs.
His pitch count in pretty good shape as well.
Yeah, it really is. That was what, 84?
84 by Marquis. Ratio not bad.
Here's Gerald Laird. A couple of hits tonight for Gerald. That average creeping back up again, 241. Laird has 1 home run this year. It was back on the 25th of April at Kansas City. Popped up foul, back out of play. No balls, 2 strikes. Laird so far in this series now 4 for 5. He had a couple of hits last night as well. The 0-2 in the air, right center field. This one might get down. It will. Laird on his way to second base, and he is in with a stand-up double. Gerald Laird 3 for 3. Tying run in scoring position now. 5th double for Laird.
Marquis has not left many pitches over the heart of the plate in the game tonight. That one he did leave up, and Laird had laced that ball in the right center field.
It's got to feel good for him to get back going now offensively. Well, join us again tomorrow. It's the final game of this series against the Rockies. Coverage begins just prior to first pitch at 1 p.m. Tigers baseball presented by Bell Tire tomorrow afternoon on Fox Sports Detroit and in high def on Fox Sports Detroit HD. All right, let's see if the Tigers can get this run in here with 2 outs. They have been so good on this homestand with 2 out RBIs. Wave and a miss by Adam Everett.
Well, this much we do know. Laird's going to have to get a real good secondary lead, and he's going to have to be off at the crack of the bat because their outfielders are playing real shallow. All 3 of them.
Bit high, 1 ball, 1 strike. Everett 0 for 2. It's really been uncanny the way Jim Leland has picked who starts on any given night at that shortstop position, Everett or Santiago. Tomorrow Santiago will play, but it's probably going to be at second base, Leland said, to give Polanco a day off. There's Santi. He's done a great job this year in his role.
Well, Jim said before the season started, when they let Sheffield go, and that he was going to watch Polanco very closely, also Guillen and Maglio, kind of rotate that DH spot on occasion and make sure guys stay fresh.
1 ball, 1 strike.
You know, that was kind of odd there because first Tulowitzki went in to talk to Marquis, the shortstop. And then after that, Tulowitzki went out to visit with him. And I don't know if Tulowitzki saw something that Laird may have been doing from second base as a base runner, which may have led him to believe that there may have been some trying to steal signs going on or something.
Wave and a miss. 2-2 now on Everett. Nah, that stuff doesn't happen, does it?
No. Tulowitzki might have thought so, though.
2 out double by Laird. Trying to cash him in here in the 7th in a 4-3 game. Wouldn't chase it outside. He was way outside. 3-2. Crowd's starting to make some noise now. 37,000 plus. Granderson waits his turn on deck. Little tapper hit right back to the mound. Marquis sets himself. Everett is out. And the double is wasted. Tigers strand a man. We go to the 8th. Still 4-3 Colorado. Detroit is brought to you by Comerica Bank, standing the test of time since 1849. High above Comerica Park here in the Motor City as we head to the 8th inning now. The Tigers and the Rockies, game 2 in this interleague series. That little guy's going strong here late in the game. Hoping for a Tiger comeback. They need a run.
He's hungry too.
Robertson back to the hill facing Brad Hopp. Then Yorvi Torrealba and Seth Smith. Wave and a miss. 0-2. Breaking ball misses inside, and they count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hopp is 0 for 3. The Rockies tonight have 7 hits. Breaking ball hammered in the air, center field though. And Granderson makes the catch. One away. Hey, you can still grow along for the ride as the Red Wings take on the Blackhawks. Game 5 of the Western Conference Final this Wednesday at 7:30. Get your tickets at DetroitRedWings.com. Joe Louis Arena box office or by calling 800-745-3000. 2009 Stanley Cup playoffs. The beard is back. Robertson is done.
He did nice work.
Kept him off the board. Brandon Lyon coming in. Still 4-3 Colorado. We'll be back. Doing more on defense. How about Clay Thomas on this homestand against Texas, throwing out a runner at the plate, showing off that strong throwing arm with a pinpoint throw. Here earlier tonight, Fowler tried to score and did, just ahead of another strong throw by Clay Thomas.
He gets himself in a really nice position.
And apparently that surgery has not had much of an effect. Yorvit Torrealba facing the new pitcher Brandon Lyon.
Yeah, 16th time now that Lyon has been in the game. He comes in with 1 win, 3 losses in the league, hitting .277 against him.
We have gotten word on Iannetta. He strained his right hamstring day to day, which I guess is what we figured. Strain's better than pulled, though, I guess. 1-1. Lifted back out of play. Go ahead run for the Rockies scored in the 6th, and the home run by Helton. It has held up so far. Breaking ball dips inside as Torrealba bends out of the way. Torrealba began his career with San Francisco. Sends a ground ball to third, foul. Has spent a little bit of time in the American League, played 42 games with Seattle in 05, and then has been with the Rockies ever since. Two and two on Yorvit Torrealba. Pulled, foul again. All of the Rockies' runs have come in single fashion. One in the 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd, and one in the 6th. Lions 2-2 pitch. Got it. Strike 3.
Torrealba must have been looking for a breaking ball.
Apparently so.
Which is an absolute no-no with 2 strikes. Because that fastball right down the middle.
Two gone now. We'll bring up Smith. Smith is 0 for 2 with a walk. He leads the club now with 20 base on balls this year, batting .269. Fouled back out of play, 1-1. Smith is one of those kids that played every single sport, it seemed, in high school. Played baseball, played soccer, basketball, football. He was busy every season.
It's amazing he had time to study.
I know. 1-2.
That's the one thing that you do not see a whole lot of these days. That's even 2 sports stars in high school. But quite a few guys in the big leagues played multiple sports. It's not that you can't get to the big leagues if you specialize in baseball, but it seems like every night we're talking about a former quarterback or a running back or a guy that was point guard on his basketball team.
Yeah. Yeah, it really does.
Well, the other sports just teach different motor skills. Football obviously teaches a tremendous amount of toughness. Basketball, quickness, explosiveness. Baseball, hand coordination. And it's tough.
Soccer, I'm sure, testing your endurance.
Yep, foot speed.
3-2. Lyon coming on here in the 8th inning, struck out Torrealba. And now the 3-2 pitch to Smith. In the air to center. Granderson cruising over. He's got it. And a 1-2-3 inning. We're on our way to the bottom of the 8th. Tigers need a run. 4-3 Colorado.
Detroit Tigers at Tigers.com. Browse the largest selection of authentic Tigers gear, including clubhouse caps and T-shirts, jerseys, sweatshirts, and more. Get your Tigers gear straight from the source at the Tigers.com shop. He's got his gear.
And he's looking for a comeback tonight. Jason Marquis came into this inning with 94 pitches under his belt, and he will pitch here in the bottom of the 8th. Top of the order, Granderson, Polanco, and Thomas.
Well, they've all had a nice long look at Marquis tonight. If they were going to get him, now's the time to get him. Top of the batting order.
Curtis 0 for 3. Swing and a miss. Bouncing ball right side, scooped up by Helton. 1 out. Well, you got to tip your cap tonight to Marquis. He's done a terrific job for them. Of course, the Tigers were able to scratch across a couple of runs in the 5th inning, basically on a throwing error by the catcher Iannetta.
Exactly.
Otherwise, it'd be tough sledding tonight. Cabrera's hit a home run. Here's Polanco. Placido is 0 for 3. He's hit the ball on the ground 3 times. Seen a lot of that tonight for the Tigers. Ball inside, 1-0.
That is the main reason why Marquis has been so effective tonight. And I touch on it from time to time up here. If you're afraid to pitch inside, more than likely you're not going to have a lot of success at this level. And he has not been afraid to pitch inside today. Several of the Tigers' right-handed hitters have gotten that good hard 2-seam fastball from Marquis on the inner third of the plate.
1-1. He's done it consistently and with success. The Tigers have been kept off the board in all but 2 innings tonight, yet down by just 1 run. Chopper back up the middle. Barnes on the charge. Backhanded play. Nicely done. 2 gone.
That infield's been busy tonight.
Sure has. They've been beating the ball in the grass all night long. New left fielder in, by the way, for the Colorado Rockies. Ryan Spilborg's taking over for Seth Smith. Clete Thomas due up. Here comes Clint Hurdle. And Marquis is over 100 pitches. And the call has been made to the bullpen. So Marquis, who does a terrific job tonight for the Rockies, will give way to the bullpen. And we will step aside. Randy Flores coming in to face the left-hander Clete Thomas. Bottom of the 8th inning tonight here at Comerica Park. Jason Marquis, what a job he did tonight. Here are his numbers.
He gave up 3 runs, 2 of which were earned. He only walked 1, 4 strikeouts, pounded the strike zone, and so far able to shut down a Tigers offense that had been rolling the entire homestand.
So Marquis now will hand it off to the bullpen. It's left-hander Randy Flores.
Well, the league is hitting 300 against Flores, and left-handers are hitting 286 against him. But the flip side of that is Thomas hitting only 222 against left-handed pitching this year. But Flores does not appear to be the type of guy that would be over-dominant against a left-handed hitter.
Thomas is 0 for 3. Flores had his contract purchased from AAA Colorado Springs prior to Friday night's ball game. And now Cleat with 2 outs, nobody on, in a 1-run game. Breaking ball is up, 1-0.
And Todd Helton protecting against a double down that first base line with a left-handed swinging Thomas in the batter's box.
Tipped into the glove, 1-2. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes on Cleat. Cleat now 2 for his last 21. Swing and a miss, and down he goes. Flores does his job, and the Tigers go 1, 2, 3. We are headed to the 9th. Ninth inning now here at Comerica Park, 4-3 in favor of the Colorado Rockies. And another beautiful night for baseball here, and a weekend, another fireworks night here at Comerica Park, and better than 37,000 fans here to see this one tonight. And they're standing out beyond the walls out there in right and in left. And they've watched a good one tonight. It's a 1-run game. Tigers down by 1, and Brandon Lyon back to the hill. Garrett Atkins will lead it off for the Rockies. First pitch down low, 1-0.
Atkins got a base hit his last time up, but Chris Iannetta was rounding third base and had to pull up because of a strained hamstring. Did not score. But man, they are absolutely puzzled at the start that Atkins has gotten off to this year. Here's a guy that hits about 300 every year, drives in 100 runs every year, hits for power. This year, scuffling.
Well, Atkins with a batting average sub 200, really odd to see with the power potential he has, potential to drive in runs. He's had only 1 RBI in his last 15 games.
And Don Baylor, their hitting coach, has tried just about everything with Atkins as well. There's Groove. Don Baylor.
3-1 pitch in the air. Right center field. Granderson and Thomas converge, and Cleat will make the catch. 1 gone.
He was their first ever manager.
Yeah, that's right.
And you can see exactly what he's doing right there. He was simulating exactly what type of swing that was that Atkins took, where he really didn't get his front side through the baseball. Uppercut swing. But anyway, he managed that team in '93, got him to the postseason in '95. As a matter of fact, there's a couple of former managers on Clint Hurdle's staff.
Jim Tracy?
Yeah.
Managed the Cubs and Pirates. Would you call him
Dodgers?
Groove? Dodgers, I'm sorry, Dodgers and Pirates.
Yeah, Groove, that's his nickname.
There's Hurdle and Groove. Tracy played for the Pirates in his playing days, but managed the Dodgers. And the Buccos. There's Jim Tracy.
How about it? You got 4 former Pirates managers in the ballpark tonight. Jim, of course, Lamont, Lloyd, and Tracy.
Tracy's one of the best storytellers I've ever been around.
He gets animated, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. He's got some great stories.
He's a good man.
He's a great guy. To shallow left field where Inge hauls it in and Stewart is out. Two gone for Clint Barmes. Well, the Tigers are going to have Cabrera, Ordonez, and Inge looking for hopefully just 1 run in that 9th inning. So stay tuned, as they say. Barmes 0 for 2. Breaking ball, a good one, 0-1.
Colorado also playing in a division in the National League West where they need to start playing a little bit better, because even though the Dodgers don't have Manny, they're still running away with that thing. They came in today with an 8.5 game lead over San Diego. And we haven't even hit June yet.
By far the biggest lead in all of baseball. The Tigers came in with the 2nd biggest lead.
Rockies already 12 games back. That's a lot of ground to make up.
Sure is. At any point in the season. A 1-2. Barmes trying to extend his 7-game hit streak. Swing and a miss. Not that time. Lyon facing 5 batters out of the pen. He's gotten all 5. It'll be Cabrera, Ordonez, and Inge in the bottom of the 9th. Well, here we go. Last call for the Tigers. We go to the bottom of the ninth inning. The Rally Caps are ready to go, and so are we. The Tigers need 1 run to tie and 2 to win it. And they'll have some pretty good hitters coming up here in the bottom of the ninth inning. They will have to face their closer, Houston Street.
The former closer of the Oakland Athletics, pitching in his 19th game. He's been perfect in saves and save opportunities. The earned run average is not bad.
And Miguel Cabrera, the first to face him. He's 0 for 4 against him.
Something's got to give here because Street has real good numbers against Cabrera. But Cabrera has the highest active batting average against Colorado Rockies pitching overall. Let's hope our guy wins this battle.
Cabrera, Ordonez, and Inge here in the ninth inning. Here's another Rally Cap.
They're in the mood. They're feeling a walk-off here today.
Swing and a miss.
Ooh, Tabby had a good pitch to hit right there.
92 miles an hour. Street, of course, the former closer for the Oakland Athletics. That is in the air. Shallow right field. Could be trouble, and it is caught on a terrific play by Barmes.
Nice range there by Barmes. Real good range. Shortstop by trade, having no problem whatsoever getting back to make this play with Hall playing so deep in right field, respecting the power of Cabrera. As a middle infielder, you go hard until that outfielder calls you off. And if he doesn't call you off, you make the play.
Well, here is Maglio now with a single and 3 at bats. 1 for 6 with a strikeout career against Street, but of course Maglio had that home run off Houston Street in the ALCS in 06, which propelled the Tigers into the series. Maglio extended his hitting streak to 9 straight with a base hit, a steal, and a run scored in the 5th.
Not often we will say Maglio Ordonez stole a base, but that was exactly the case.
It was the front end of the double steal situation, both runners going. Back in the 5th, which led to a couple of Tigers runs. One ball, 1 strikeout, Ordonez.
Houston Street throwing harder this year than I remember him throwing the last couple of years with Oakland. He's always had real good movement on everything that he throws, but the velocity up to 94 here so far tonight. He was in that what's the left fielder's name? Holiday deal, wasn't he?
Yes. The Holiday deal, which sent him, of course, to the Athletics, and Holiday not having a very good season at all. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Of course, Houston Street played his college ball at Texas.
He was a closer in college as well.
Yeah. 3 straight College World Series appearances. And that is low again. 3-2 now on Maglio. Here comes the crowd again.
I think this crowd remembers that moment you were talking about in the ALCS in 2006.
Who could forget? Low. Whoa, that was close. Tying run is on.
Let's take a look at our bell tire pitch by pitch and how he goes after Maglio. And first pitch, little wrinkle, little breaking ball over the plate for strike one. And then he proceeds to throw Maglio some fastballs from 3/4 arm slot. Finally, with the last pitch, tried to front door him with a breaking ball that looked close, but apparently Wally Bell thought it was low.
So Maglio will depart the scene, and Josh Anderson will come out a pinch run for him. Meanwhile, Brandon Inge digs in. Tying run at first base, the pinch runner Anderson.
It's a great move right here by Jim Leland to put Anderson in. Obviously, he has a tremendous amount of speed. But now you're dividing the attention of Street between base runner and also hitter, excuse me.
Good point. He's already shown that.
He's worried about Anderson now, which means he may hang a breaking ball or something to Brandon, and Brandon might play long ball here.
Another throwback. Anderson gladly slides back in.
Anderson is a fearless base runner as well. Fearless base stealer. He's not afraid. And I would not be shocked if he's not trying to steal that base here in the 9th inning.
There he goes. Here comes the throw. It's a poor one. And Anderson gets in there easily. No chance. Torrealba fired that one right in the grass.
That is the definition of a true base stealer. When everybody in the ballpark knows you're going and you steal the base, and it's not even close. Wow.
9th stolen base of the year for Josh Anderson.
He wouldn't steal third, would he?
Ooh, I don't know.
You think that'd be too risky?
That might be too risky at this point. He's in scoring position.
Well, this much we do know. He's going to get one of these middle infielders out of position. And right now it appears to be Barmas, the second baseman. He's playing in his back pocket at second base, which means there's a huge hole on the right side of the infield. Speed changes the game in so many ways.
Rounded foul, third base side.
And we were talking earlier about their center fielder Fowler and the impact that he has had on this game himself with his speed. We're starting to see more and more of that too in the big leagues these days.
I heard an interview recently with Tim Raines, who of course is one of the best base stealers, and he thinks that baseball is going back that way, where you had guys that would steal 70, 80, 90 bases a year.
Yes, indeed. He was a part of that era. Vince Coleman, Ricky Henderson, of course.
1-1 on Brandon. Well, maybe he is thinking along the same lines like you are. Maybe he is thinking he might steal third.
Well, it'll be tough because Barmas is not giving him a whole lot. And if you're Anderson, if you do take off for third, you better make it.
Swing and a miss. 1-2 on Brandon Inge.
Well, Inge has to think about the base hit now. First couple of swings, he was thinking about a double or a home run. But now he has to simply choke up, as he does do with 2 strikes, and simply try to hit the ball between first and second, where he's got that huge hole because the first baseman and second baseman are spread so far apart.
Swing and a miss, and down he goes. Inge strikes out. And a big strikeout there for Street. 2 gone. Jeff Larish now will pinch hit for Ryan Rayburn. So we're still 1 swing away from either tying it or winning it. And we'll get a confab on the mound as Larish is introduced as the pinch hitter. Bob Apodaca, their pitching coach, out of the dugout.
Well, I'm sure part of the conversation here is to refresh everybody on just how they think they can get Larish out. But the flip side of that as well, you got that base open down at first base. And a right-handed batter in the on-deck circle. Most nights you don't like to put the winning run on base, but sometimes you have to do that to win the game.
Well, Gerald Laird on the flip side of that, though, is 3 for 3.
Yes, he is.
A lot of interesting choices. But Larish can end this game on one swing. Two out. We're in the bottom of the ninth. Tigers have a runner at second.
And usually when that pinch hitter comes off the bench, he is swinging at the first strike that he sees.
Ball one.
They may not give him anything to hit.
Well, it may go back to what you said about
base open.
Yep, their best chance of maybe getting out of this and winning this game is to just put him on and just not pitch to him. Although he is the winning run, and that just goes against baseball thought. You never put the winning run on. We'll see. He's missing outside again, 2-0.
They're not going to give Larish anything to hit.
Not at this point.
I'd be shocked.
Outside again. They might as well just put him on now.
They're going to put the winning run on.
3-0. Larish has the bill of that helmet tucked over his eyes.
And Laird in the on-deck circle. He knows exactly what's going on.
And there's ball 4. So nothing to hit for Larish. They've decided to put the winning run on here. Second walk of the inning, and that's going to bring up Laird, who is 5 for 6 in the series, but 0 for 6 against Houston Street.
Street's got a pretty good breaking ball today. And we saw some breaking balls to Cabrera, which Cabrera popped up in the shallow right field. He also struck Inge out on that slider, so he's feeling pretty good about his breaking ball today.
Anderson, the tying run at second base, the pinch runner, and Larish, the winning run at first base. And Pause trying to work a rally here. Gerald Laird 3 for 3 plus an RBI, doubled in his last at bat. Tigers 7-game win streak on the line right here. Strike one in the outside corner to Gerald Laird.
There's that breaking ball.
Tigers got a 1-out walk by Maglio, a stolen base by the pinch runner Anderson. 1 out later, Larish was walked, and now Laird trying to deliver with 2 outs. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Tigers down to their final strike here. Houston Street looking for that last strike. And he got him. He strikes out Gerald Laird on 3 pitches. The Tigers leave the tying run at second. The winning run at first of the 7-game win streak has come to an end as the Rockies take game 2 in the series. Right now we'll send it down to Ryan Field with a